What's up, guys? Hi, Thumos. Welcome back. You know, I talk to a lot of guys in the High Thumos Brotherhood. And one thing that comes up here and there is mental health. We actually have a whole section about mental health. I struggled a bit with mental health, stuff like depression, anxiety, fear, you know. And the way that I like to think that I overcame poor mental health. The way that I did this is to look at my mind as a garden. This thought, this metaphor originally came to me from the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's a great little book. You probably finish in 30 minutes. And he starts out by saying that man is likened to a gardener. His mind is like a garden, and a man must be the master gardener. He must pull up the weeds so that his mind can be clear. And I think that many times these days, a lot of men are letting weeds to grow in their mind. What began for me was this sort of practice in self-awareness. Looking at my thoughts, seeing the thoughts that are passing through my head, like this. And when I was about 21 years old, it occurred to me that maybe these thoughts that are passing through my head are just thoughts. And they're not me. And I don't have to make them a part of my identity. I don't have to make them who I am. I was dealing with a lot of shit. A lot of dark days. And if I grabbed on to every single thought, if I gave it my full attention, I would probably off myself. So I started to realize that thoughts aren't me. I am not my thoughts. I started to look at thoughts as simply clouds. Like, I could observe them. They're going through my head just like a little cloud kind of, passing overhead. There it is, I observe it, and it's gone. See ya. Later, adios. For the first time, I didn't associate with that thought. That's not me. Just because, maybe there's thoughts in my head telling me I'm no good, telling me that, I'm never going to make it in life, I'm never going to find love, I'm not good enough, whatever it is. I didn't take on that burden that these thoughts were telling me. I let them come in, I let them go out. And I still get it. I still get thoughts. I get weird thoughts. I get crazy thoughts. I get self-defeating, self-limiting beliefs. But again, I just see them. I just see them. I let them in. I let them out. I don't associate with these thoughts. I keep the mind clean. I think a lot of guys, they hold on to negativity. Some guys hold on to it because it gives them identity. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. I have anxiety. And as soon as you feel the anxiety, it's a self-confirming belief that you actually do have anxiety, that you actually are afraid, that you actually are depressed. I don't believe in any of that shit, man. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm going to choose. I'm going to be my actions. I'm not going to be my thoughts, these little clouds passing overhead. I don't have to associate with them. So that is a great place to start. Just for maybe this is the switch you needed in your life. Stop associating with every single thought that passes through your mind. That is not you, okay? The brain these days thinks way too much. I believe that you should begin to doubt your thoughts. Doubt the thoughts that are going through your head. Don't give them too much attention, because the more that you focus on them, the more they grow. Instead of letting them make you feel shame and, change your energy, just observe them. Don't get emotional with them and let them fade. Let them go out. And a lot of times these days, the guys are getting really negative. They're clinging to that negativity. You're fine how you are. When I was growing up in my early 20s, I realized I just needed to learn to relax. You don't have to try to be a man. You don't have to act masculinity out. Masculinity is not an act. It's not theater. It's not a drama. You being a man means you have two nuts that are hanging down in between your legs, and you are a beast of burden, which means that you are walking this earth and it's going to be tough. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. And you have to shoulder that responsibility. You have to take up your cross daily and shoulder that burden and carry on, even if it's difficult. That's what being a man is. That is masculinity. Showing up. All right? We're going to get through this. One day we're going to die. This is our life. We are beasts of burden. We are men walking this earth. And so I think that instead of latching onto negativity, making it your identity, believing you're depressed, it's best to do away with all that doubt, the lies that are in your head. The mind thinks way too freaking much these days. I truly believe that the mind was meant to, like, when you do math, okay, when you do a math problem that requires mental cognition and focus, that is what the mind is for. When you're out there trying to, like, fix something with your hands, when you're trying to learn something, that is when your mind is required. When you're sitting there chilling, when you're not doing anything, when you're surfing the web, your mind is not supposed to be chaotic and all over the place. You don't need to be thinking. So the thoughts that keep showing up, doubt them, because they aren't really you. The more that you get in the repetition of beginning to observe and use awareness of what is going on inside your head and let it come and let it go and not attaching yourself to that, this is like pulling the weeds. This is like plucking the weeds from the garden, clearing it up. That way flowers and fruit and tomatoes and vegetables can start to blossom. This is how you begin to control your emotions. That way when something comes in that would normally pique your emotion and make you react and get angry or perhaps sad, you just see it for what it is. You let it pass. It doesn't have to be you. You learn to relax yourself. You learn to be calm. You don't need to act. You don't need to try so hard. You need to let go a little bit. And that, I believe, is the foundation for mental health. Is that you see yourself clearly and you understand what thoughts are. You stop identifying with every single thought that passes through your head. So if this has resonated with you at all, please let me know in the comments. If you have a question, maybe something you're dealing with, please also let me know in the comments. I'd love to perhaps create a video dedicated to you. All right, so keep the thumos high. What you'll realize is that we all, being a man, have a burden to carry. We have this responsibility. But I truly believe that God has not given us a spirit of fear. He hasn't given us a spirit that is not capable of handling this burden. He's given us a spirit of power. He's given us a sound mind. He's given us thumos, this spiritedness, this desire to go out, to figure it out, to conquer, to achieve, and to be who we can be. So I hope that you guys keep pushing. If you need any help, let me know. Come talk with me in the Brotherhood, the High Thumos Brotherhood. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.